Okay, so hey guys, we're back with our round 4 feature match, which is Stefan Ernie against Strumpen Aaron. I think we will jump right into the game
Yes.
as they started right now. Or they. Okay, yeah. So
We are so they are waiting for the go and handshake. I think they shuffled already everything.
yeah.
So we have
So we have on one side Palazoic on
on
Stefan's
the right
side.
side. I think we have metal foes.
Oh, that's pretty cool. We didn't see that today.
Yeah. So he opens with a steady and double. Okay. So he tries to dig into his deck to get out some spell and traps. Metal Foe is a pretty interesting deck, consisting of only normal monsters in their main deck, but having interesting pendulum effects because they are mix between normal monsters and pendulum monsters. And the pendulum monster effect is destroy one card that you face-up card that you control, and yeah, just set one of your spell and trap Metal Foe's cards to your field.
And as we can see for Aaron, he's playing young Sing Metal Foes.
Oh, this deck is a pretty interesting one because they have some really explosive first turn plays with up to like I think 3 to 4 negates, depending on how great of a field they can put on. As we have already seen multiple times, the Yangtze counter trap in action, for example,
Yeah.
can be able to drop also number 38 Titanic Galaxy, for example, as well. So let's see how it will go for him.
I think one of the main problems for the young Sing Metal Foe is if you're not starting the game. Going second into back row is from time to time kind of hard.
Yeah, now the Dynamiscus is a pretty great card against this deck. Banishing the monsters without triggering them is pretty nice. Although he's getting kind of minus for that. He will leave. We'll be left with 4 cards in his next turn, so we will have to see how much he can do. It depends on what he has set right now.
I think, however, it's alright because Raigeki isn't doing anything against Metal Foe or Young Zings.
Yes. Both decks are pretty resistant to board wipes and can. Oh, that grass looks really.
Okay.
The question is, how many cards does the Metal Foe player play? Because usually.
So what? I think we have to list
I
here.
think we need to count because it's not written down here. It's like 6, 8, 10, 12, 11. 13, 16, 19, 22, 32. Oh my goodness! I think it's almost 40 cards. I don't know how
the mill is amazing.
Yeah.
He milled 3 Ronin Toads and at least
Wow.
2 frogs. So yeah, that's what makes the cards so good. And
Yes, he's actually playing 40 cards. That's quite impressive because usually Metal Foe variants are usually going over 40 cards. For one reason, because they are already consistent enough on their own, and they are counteracting against grass decks so that they can't mill that much. But yes, actually he was able to squeeze in both engines in 40 cards.
And now we see, now it looks
Now it's gonna
pretty
be
good for Stefan at this point.
Yeah, now he has. Oh wow, the traps in the graveyard are real. So let's see. Does he have any targets left for Toad?
Yeah.
that would be interesting if he would have milled everyone.
I'm actually curious if Aaron knows the Palazoic deck. Or if he's just like double checking if he knows a part of the effects but just being sure.
I think the problem for this game will be that the grass will be a pretty huge factor here because he has way too many resources to deal with, and it wasn't already a great thing for Aaron to start, not to start because as we have seen mean, his Swanee was killed directly. So, yeah. Well, let's see. Metal Foes are usually a pretty good also grind deck, but I don't know if he can work through all this advantage he has in his graveyard locked and loaded. So he's going to trigger, totally awesome, and is going to get out, I presume, a Dupe Frog to protect it from getting destroyed by battle.
Yeah, especially as he had already 3 Ronin Toads in in play or in game, so you don't need to send any others with Swap Frog.
It's usually you're going for Swap Rock if you want to have more special summons, but here I don't think it's necessary because he has more than enough frogs already on board.
And I'm asking myself how wants Aaron to get back into this game.
It will be pretty difficult. He has, I think, a Wolf Flame, a Yang Zing Path, which is doing nothing, and a Gold Driver.
Okay, that could be interesting.
Are they both as the one scale or still in the 7 scale, at the 8 scale?
They're 1 and 8.
Okay, so he has at least a pendulum scale now. He's not reacting to the play.
So he let it through scale and special summon back Paleozoic trap card on combination, which is alright in my opinion. I mean, Aaron, he has like 2 cards in hand.
He can get more now with combination, getting the deck a little bit getting rolling. The question is, what back row does Stefan has to stop any other plays?
Like, it has to be like 1 dimensional barrier or a strike, and then it's over the game.
Yeah. If he has Wall Flame on his hand, he can. Yeah, he still can't run over the Totally Awesome. That's the problem as well. Oh, Metal Foe's counter was set. Okay. So he's triggering it on the destruction of his counter.
Can he tribute a Paleozoic trap card? I'm pretty sure that's not possible.
He cannot because they can't be sent to the graveyard as a cost. You have to send them as a cost to the graveyard. You cannot pay the cost, so this is why you can't activate them.
We will see if it's really tributing. Okay, no, he's training a trap card from the graveyard.
Yes,
okay,
of course, because it's not a trap. Why not? So he's going to get out the Wolf Flame, which is still not able to run over the Totally Awesome as long as Doofrog is on the field. And running over this will get him back a Swap Frog to his hand, which will load up his graveyard even more. So he wants to set the fusion.
Now he's still on the search for combination, if I'm not mistaken.
Metal Force actually got a small hit on the ban list regarding Kirin, which was a pretty great card in the deck.
Well, I wouldn't consider it like a small hit. Like
it's a major hit, of course, but I think they have so many engines they can incorporate in their deck, like Bao Baboon and like like other things like Zeus. So they have not enough cards to substitute. But yes, of course, it's a pretty strong card. So
Pendulum Summon.
Does he has a Terraforming in his hand? No, he's not playing it, but he's playing Oracle of the Zephyr.
So we see the fusion. Probably going to negate it with Toad and taking it over.
Yeah, you don't want to have the opponent having fusion in his graveyard.
Exactly.
To get more advantage directly from the graveyard. So now he would be able to kill both Paleozoics. No, or at least one. I think you can't attack anything except for Doofrog.
Exactly.
He's not only protecting
frogs. You
frogs
can attack directly. It just prevents the monsters.
Okay.
So it was kind of a... For Zodiac players, sometimes you can try to sneak games away with Borbo to attack directly.
Setting a third combination. He's actually playing 1 counter in 3 combinations.
Which makes sense because you need, I think, 2 for the standard Yangtze combos.
Yeah.
So he would have the option for the third one.
I hope you will be able to see the combo maybe game 2 or game 3, depending on how this game is gonna go.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be pretty difficult for Aaron to get through all this advantage, because I think next turn he can get out multiple rank 2s.
And that's a little bit the problem for Metal Foe decks in general to having a lot, not like the real defensive cards.
Yeah.
Okay, so he decided to not attack Deep Frog.
I
Which-
think we're gonna see Opabinia coming down now and getting some Olinoides Roland to get rid of the scales first, and maybe searching some cards like Dynamiscus because he has several cards in hand.
The
So-
question is, does he have to do it or just like going for a game at this point? Like searching Dynamascus to get rid of the monsters? Because Aaron is at 5,800
And
life
he knows
points.
what the back row is, so he can try to go for game. He knows
Yeah.
that this will not stop him. Although actually he's playing two real traps in his main deck, like Solemn Warning and Storming Mirror Force. But he, of course, he has searched his trap there, so he knows what's going on. So yeah, Metal Force monsters on the field are not doing that much because they are all vanillas. They don't have any effects. So there's the Opabinia coming down. So I think he's gonna go for the setup route and destroying all the resources that he has and doing it next turn. Because with Opabinia it's pretty difficult to OTK because he has no attack.
What he could do is like searching Dynamiscus to banish the Gold Driver, go for another rank 2 exit, and go into F0.
Yeah, that's actually true. He can then steal his opponent's monster and beat him down by it. This is like the only way to make Opabinia like an aggressive card, like going into F0. Or going main phase 2 into Downward Magician, which is also another option. Okay, he's going for the Olinoid display that we predicted. I think he feels safe, so I think he does not want to hesitate going so fast for the OTK.
Or maybe he's still going for a game. That's also possible.
Let's see. So, he's going for Anomalocaris, I think.
Okay, yeah, so he's going like complete scale destruction.
Yeah.
Not sure if I would agree with this play, but alright. He plays around like potential hand traps that could stop the OTK.
I don't think that there's any hand trap that can save him because I think he will make somewhere a totally awesome which can negate anything he would throw at him.
True.
And I'm not quite sure which back row he has there, but if he has some strikes there as well, then it's already game over. But I don't think that he has anyone because otherwise he would have stopped the Pendulum Summon immediately beforehand.
Yeah.
When you Pendulum Summon for free, like getting rid of free monsters, it's pretty huge.
Or he was sure that he will win the game.
This
next
way,
turn.
yes.
So yeah, and next.
He's gonna chain now Canadia to Olinoides.
I'm not sure if Aaron should have like used the counter in the graveyard to interrupt the possibility to special summon.
Actually true. Maybe he's waiting for another moment, or maybe he does not have it in mind that he can use Metal Force counter during either player's turn because it's a trap card.
That's true. What we'll see now. I see a totally
There's a
awesome.
totally awesome to guarantee everything. So I think he won't further extend his plays. He will just get him down with the resources to almost 0. With totally awesome being still on the field the next turn, I don't think there's much hope left for Aaron to come back. Except he has maybe a Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere mode, but this would be still a pretty hard game to come back.
In the main deck, yeah.
Yeah, no,
why
he
not?
doesn't play it.
Okay, so how many cards does he have left in hand? 3?
I think he has 3 cards. Yeah, one of them is dead. I think it's the Path that he had since turn 1, Path of the Yangzingi. I think he has another Scale. I think it's Stealing. Or the other one.
Okay, so he's using now the counter, getting back a low scale. So
Going
he's
for Gold Driver. Keep in mind, Totally Awesome can also negate the activations of those Pendulum monsters in the Pendulum zones and also take them or send them to the graveyard because the activations have been negated. So this can also interrupt a lot of plays. So he's going for Anomalocaris, destroying it. So using his first stun monster.
Okay. Next up.
So now he's letting that through. Okay, that's interesting because this is generating quite a little bit of advantage for him now.
I mean, what can he search? Like third combination, okay. Now he gets a low scale, which he could potentially negate with Totally Awesome.
Silvered.
Or it's possible that
Maybe
well,
he goes battle phase. It just runs over the Totally Awesome. And
I
tries to
think
do
the combination should be set face down.
something. Definitely.
Yeah.
He shouldn't send. Why did he send it to the graveyard? I think maybe he thought it's the one that he destroyed.
Yeah, maybe we have to correct that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the combination should be face down for sure, not in the graveyard.
Yeah, there was a mistake that he sent it to the graveyard. It should be actually face down set on the field because.
Okay, so he panel summoned
Like 4, I think.
Yeah.
4 metal foes.
so Stefan is thinking about setting face down the Lost Wind, which he decides.
He has to think because the problem is he will clock his back row if he has nothing else to activate later. That's going to be a problem because the fusion he will never use,
Yeah.
I think. Or he was going to destroy it on its own when he think it's time to do it. So now he has a completely full field, 10 cards, 5 in the front row, 5 in the back row. So now he's setting the.
Okay, now it's fine. They realized it. That's good.
Great.
So now what should he attack with Wolframe at this point? The question is if he should attack Totally Awesome or the Animacrylis, because
both of them are dangerous. Mirror Force. Okay.
Good
I don't
old
think.
Mirror Force.
I don't think that there's anything he can do except for stalling now. But I don't think that he will be able to outgrind them this way. Okay, he's activating Morella from his hand because he still controls Opabinia, so he can activate traps directly from his hand.
probably sending another Lost Wind or a Breakthrough Skill, something like that.
Either that or another, like Leancole or something. So
Yeah.
at least having some more trap options which can special summon back. Okay, he's going for another Lost Wind, just in case.
So he's using now Animacrylis to potentially draw a trap card.
Opponent is reading Lost Wind. I don't see that many options for Aaron here except for stalling, but I don't think that he is able to go through the ground game with less life points than Stefan.
Okay, so he draws the Lost Wind.
Especially, I think the card advantage is like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think Aaron has 7 cards, if Stefan has like 12.
The question is if he should go like first into an Exceed. Something. Okay, so
I think he's gonna continue destroying the entire field and then just going OTK. Because now, if he wants to, all of them in defense mode, so F-Zero is not that big of an option. But I think, can he make a Cat Shark together with Totally Awesome?
I think he has like enough frogs in the graveyard or in game.
Because he could actually free up some space using Anomalocaris and Opabinia as Xyz material for F-Zero to have space to make another rank 2, which might support either, I guess, the Phoenix in enhancing his attack to like 3000, attacking twice, or Totally Awesome having it 4400 attack as well. Although Anomalocaris has quite great stats, I think, for a rank 2, doesn't he?
2400. Well, he needs 3 monsters, but still.
He's actually going for the F-Zero play. I'm surprised. So he's freeing up the space.
I like that play, to be honest. The question is if he's able to kill his opponent. Right now, he's missing. He's not missing that much.
He's
so
not missing anything, I think, because the Augusto Phoenix can kill both of them. So he just needs 2 monsters.
I think the other monster has. The Steel has 2 times 100 defense. But it's not a problem here because
I think he just needs to make Cat Shark and
Yeah, should be enough.
buff the Dagosto Phoenix so he has 3000 attack, so he can deal with Toad and Dagosto Phoenix for more than enough damage. Yeah, and
Also-
the Cat Shark also delivers like 500 attack to the
exactly.
party. So I think that should be game.
So he's going to attack with Toad one.
Actually, he has still one place left, so he can steal one of
Yeah.
them. So he has super game. So
Then he takes over the control.
yeah, and then
Cat Shark is dealing probably with Gold Driver, and they're
there's
over
more than enough
8,000.
game. So is he still playing through this? I would have already.
I think for Aaron isn't sure if it's really game or maybe
he's not
he want. I mean, it's still possible that Stefan is going to
No.
make probably a misplay at some point,
Yeah.
like probably forgetting to attack.
So then, let's see what they have in the side deck. Aaron has 3 Imperial Iron Wall, which I would not recommend siding in, and 3 Pot of Acquisitiveness, I think it is. Non-fusion area, it's also not a great. Gameciel, Great Horn of Heaven might be interesting. 3 Space Typhoon, I think they are gonna go in
Yeah.
to destroy the all back row. System down and 1 Ghost Ogre. He has not that big of side deck options for the Paleo matchup.
It's actually
That's how-
surprising because Palo is, especially in Europe, like one of the most popular decks.
And usually you see Metal Foes because they have their normal summon usually available, Denko Sekas in the side deck.
Exactly.
Which is a pretty great card as we have seen. I think was it in Bochum? I think it was in Bochum last year against Joshua Schmidt. I think he was also playing Metal Foes, his opponent.
Billy Break,
Billy
yeah.
Break was also playing
Exactly.
Metal Foes, and that was exactly how he won the game.
For Stefan, we have DD Crows, which probably won't get in. Penguin Soldier, which is kind of interesting. I'm pretty sure he's going to side them in because he's afraid of Denkozeka,
Yes.
even though his opponent isn't decided to not playing them. 2 for Apocryphas, probably not. Solemn Warning, probably the same
Don't-
story.
I think he will side in the Darkhold just to get the
Yeah,
board
sure.
wipe. And maybe
And-
the Forbidden Chalices, but
Well, if he's aware what Young Sing Metal is able to do, then I would assume it. If
did he
not,
see any? Did he see any of the Yang Zings in game 1 actually?
I think a Swanee.
It's Swanee he
yeah.
saw. So,
So
if he wouldn't have seen that, he would have maybe sided just for Metal Force and would be surprised what field he might now see,
Yeah.
which is coming out, if he has a great hand.
and Twin Twisters could also imagine to see them.
Yeah, maybe.
They're still signing, but I think we're going back to them. For Stefan, it takes a little bit longer
Yeah,
because pile shuffling 60 cards.
Takes a lot of time.
In general,
I think I would actually really like the MST sided in because you can enhance your combos with that, just destroying your own Metal Force combination that you have directly set, so it enhances your plays.
so what do you need for a combo? Like 3 Young Zig cards and 1 Metaphor card, right?
I'm actually not that familiar with the deck. I played it once, and I didn't know like what to do with it. There's too many combos.
I think like the most common is with 4 negations, where you need like 3 Young Zing monsters, Young Zing cards.
I think you usually end then with like the 3 counter traps plus the Titanic, but this is like the most optimal play.
Yeah,
And then, you use like I think 4 cards at minimum. I think you have to invest in this thing.
could be possible. We will see it now what Aaron is going to do. And if Stefan is able to draw his lowly Max C, which could be handy. So we see a Twin Twister, 2 Ronin Toads, or 2 Twin Twisters, 2 Ronin Toads, and a
See,
trap card.
oh, he has double counter trap already in his hand. I think 1
Oh.
Metal Foe.
That hand
A
looks
fusion also, and
It
the
looks
Great Horn of
terrible.
Heaven. It looks really terrible. He drew like all the cards he does not want in his starting hand. Oh man, I think he will just break himself out of the game.
he hopes that like Stefan will go with his Twin Twisters, or maybe it's a Pot of Desires.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
He has a Twin Twister minimum, I
Yeah.
think. I don't know if it's a Twin Twister. Yeah, he's just passing. Okay, interesting. So both are pretty passive.
Well, for Stefan's deck, not that big of a surprise, but for Aaron's, yeah.
Yeah, the Great Horn will be interesting. Let's see to see how the interaction will be. For everything else, it's gonna be ah.
It's kind of sad to play. I think, yeah.
I think he's gonna chain the Twin Twisters now and destroy them because he knows he has no hand anymore. So he will be. Oh no, he actually is only.
Oh, and he hits the
He
fusion.
hits the fusion actually.
Okay.
I think. So now he will be able to gain some resources back. Yeah, the pendulum once goes to the extra deck, of course.
Like, he could have hit like any of the 3 traps.
Yes, that would be much better than this. Maybe this will get him back to the game because now he has a pendulum monster in his extra deck that he might use. He draws. What was this for a card?
It looked like a young Zing.
Yeah,
But-
Zephyr Nui.
But the bad one, like the pendulum one. So it doesn't even float or something. Just like 1500, and now he has the counter traps to use with it.
At least that he can use to his advantage. That's actually he can use both counter traps because he also has Zefraxi in his pendulum zone, so he can use both counter traps right now.
Can he destroy a young Zing card on
Yeah,
the field?
it has to be a face-up Young Zing card, not a monster.
Oh.
So he can actually negate 2 times.
Didn't knew that.
So
Didn't
yeah,
know that.
yeah, he can't pass any frogs, of course. They have 2000 defense.
But I mean, how's it called? Path. It's still not that great when your opponent is like summoning a toad. It's okay, but yeah, there's
grass.
there's the grass.
There's the grass.
He has to negate it. There's no reason.
He has to negate it, definitely.
To
He
not.
can't get this thing through. He has to shuffle it back. Yeah. He's actually destroying his monster on the field. Oh, he's activating Reckless Greed now. So he's actually going all in now because Reckless Greed is gonna nail him down. Oh, he's negating it as well. Wow.
With Zephyr Strike, okay.
He has also Zephyr Strike. Okay. Wow. The
Okay.
negations are real.
So next trap, probably.
Now he would
No,
be salty
nothing.
if he would have a frog in his hand. Anything level 2 related. Oh, he actually drew a scale.
But I think he doesn't want to use it actually. If the last card is also a path, because
He actually wants to destroy his Zefraxi because the problem is the Zephyr pendulum monsters are usually prohibiting him to summon anything except for Zephyrs or their actual archetype, so it would be Young Zings here. So he's not able to pendulum summon his other monsters from his extra deck.
So what is the last set card of Aaron? Is it the Great Horn or is it second
I don't know.
counter
actually.
trap?
It might be another counter trap. Then you would. Oh, that's huge.
It's yeah. Okay.
That's huge
we'll
now.
see
The top
it now.
deck. No, it's a Great Horn, of course. Yeah, it's a Great Horn. He can just negate it.
Okay.
And he will skip directly into his battle phase then?
Yeah, exactly.
And then he has to battle with nothing left on the field.
I mean, it's okay. It's much better main phase 2.
You want to get the draw first one card?
Toad, yeah. He has Twin Twister now, or is it a Twin Twister?
I think it is.
Which will be huge.
I think he top decked as Swani. Am I right? That would be actually great with Steelen. No, it's a Beyond.
Yeah. He's going to use combination.
Of course. He tries to bait out something.
Would
He wants just the scales. He changed Leoncolia from his graveyard.
that's now kind of hard because when he goes afterwards for the complete scales, he will just use Twin Twister Stefan. So nothing will happen at all.
The only thing is that he can normal summon Beyond to run over the Leoncolia and yeah.
So he searched Steelen for scale 8. Now I think Stefan is thinking if he should use there the Twin Twister, which is correct in my opinion,
Yes.
because he knows
He just
there's, since Monkey Board, I think no one card scale left. Probably Clifford Scout
Yeah.
at this point.
So
Well,
he goes for
okay.
the beyond normal summon that we have expected, and
And there's bottomless trap hole.
wow, coming in clutch.
Also, old card that we didn't saw a long time.
It's a pretty great card actually, getting Metal Foes, because usually they're going with the panel summons pretty hard in, and most of the monsters have more than 1,500 attack, and getting the scales banished is pretty great.
So doesn't he have a Ronin Toad Engrave?
Yes, he has one toad with I think one frog that he can banish.
Okay. So he just realized that he could have gone for totally awesome before
Yeah.
to do like this 1,000 damage more. And it's standby phase. I'm not sure why Aaron didn't use his combination in draw phase, because I think Stefan didn't have any Paleozoic trap cards in the graveyard. Like taking the risk that he's detaching the Paleozoic trap card to special summon it back afterwards. Not sure if it's worth. Or even like flipping combination at any point when there are no traps in the graveyard.
Yeah.
Seems like a correct play to not trigger them again. Because now with his Stealing, he can't do that much.
He doesn't have that much of resources, which is quite sad. I would have liked to see the full combo first turn. Would
Agree.
be great to at
Yeah.
least see what it can do. Is now he's gonna flip his combination, playing out his last scale, which he's I think obviously going to negate.
Okay.
No, he's not. He's not doing it. Wow, that's interesting because he would have nothing.
Let's see what's going to happen.
I think he's
May-
gonna set
may-
a counter. I think.
Yeah.
But
Well, maybe he's just negating like the second scale now, which would make sense in my opinion.
no, because now he's getting actually more cards to defend himself.
Yeah, but if he's just like negating the second scale, he has still like nothing left, and he could go probably next turn for game. Yeah, now he's negating the second scale. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the
he's-
scale shouldn't go to the extra deck, either to the side of Stefan or to the graveyard.
That's true because the activation has been actually negated, so they are going directly to the graveyard. But I don't think that this is gonna matter that much anymore because the Marella is gonna do more setup,
Yeah.
and the Toad will get him another monster, which is going to be Swap Frog to get more monsters for his Ronin Totem to get. I think he can OTK him this turn.
Yeah, 6,300 should be possible.
Oh, and Desires as well.
Not sure if needed, but yeah, why not?
Having some extra cards is always great. Did he drew another Desires with the Desires and another
it's
trap?
possible. Think so, yeah.
Yes, and I think a Strike he also drew, so just some cards to defend himself.
So what does he have to do? Like,
He's sending. I think he realized now that he has to send the Gold Driver to the graveyard.
yeah. Or our man Marcel was it this time probably. Okay, so summon Ronin Toad back. Going for
So he's activating the
Voku.
Waboku, which is becoming combo piece now here.
okay.
Getting out him one trap, so he can go for Opabenia and going for more traps if he wants to.
Well, Opavinia maybe.
Or maybe
I think
Animalocaris, it would be also a great
Yeah.
option.
Well, he knows what Aaron has, so probably like Gustav Phoenix, OTK.
He has also second Ronin Totem, so here it doesn't matter. He can go for Phoenix and
just
then
Phoenix,
for
Cat
Cat Shark
Shark.
to seal the deal.
Go for over 8,000 again. And
Waboku is only preventing the battle damage for the activating player,
Yeah.
so you won't get saved there, Aaron. I'm sorry.
and that's it.
Wow.
So
2-0.
Stefan takes it. Quite a quick, 34 minutes.
Yeah.
But still, I think for the matchup, Metaphor against Paleozoic, kind of quick.
Yeah.
Um,
Too bad that Aaron had such a huge brick game too that he couldn't do anything except for maybe stalling out a little bit with his counter traps.
yeah.
Not doing anything else. Too bad. Would have liked to see some combos from him.
Well, I think we're trying to get Stefan for a short trio.
Sure.
Yeah, so stay tuned, guys. Okay, so we're back with Stefan Ernie. We're going to do the interview in German and I'm going to translate it afterwards into English. Also als erstes Gratulation zum Sieg
Dankeschön.
im Feature-Match. Was war so also was sagst du, als du gegen Metalfo gespielt hast und dann so ein Suani kam?
Ja, ich habe kein Problem mit Metalfo. Mein Side-Deck ist aufgebaut gegen Pendel, weil ich Pendel nicht mag. Ich habe allgemein kein Problem mit Pendel-Decks und als ich hörte, dass er 40 Karten spielt, war so, ein Gras ist für Win meistens und dann kommt halt meistens noch raus so der Lost Win. Und ja, ich weiß nicht, wie wollte ich sagen, eigentlich spiele ich selber nicht gern Pelezoic, auch nicht dagegen, aber zurzeit ist für mich das beste Deck. Ja.
Okay, so Stefan, I asked him what were his thoughts that he's playing against metal foes, and he said he's like not the biggest fan of pendulum decks at all. So he was kind of well prepared to play against it. He's also not liking Paleozoic, but because it's the best deck, he chose to play it for this tournament. Für das 60 Karten Paleozoic, was waren so deine Gedanken? Es gibt ja sehr viele, die Backjack spielen.
Ja.
Und wieso hast du dich dagegen entschieden?
Ich muss ehrlich sein, ich kopiere nicht gerne Listen und das ist Joshuas Idee. Sie kam durch, hat das weiß jetzt in Prag so super gemeistert und ich mag keine Kopierlisten. Und
Okay.
ich spiele spezielle Karten, zum Beispiel Penguin Sorcerer am Side. Ja,
Okay, so I asked him why he decided to not play backtrack like most of the other 60 card Paleozoic decks, and he explained me that he's not liking to copying lists. It was Joshua Schmidt's idea for the Wisest Prague, which had kind of huge success. But he decided to play stuff like Pigment Soldier, which he likes more. Hast du noch irgendwelche Leute, die du gerne grüßen möchtest?
ja, ich möchte meinen Freund aus der Schweiz grüßen und ein Dankeschön an dich, dass du mich hier eingeladen hast für das Turnier. Und ja, sollen eigentlich mehr Schweizer mal nach Deutschland kommen und für uns hier mehr Promotion machen, weil wir sind jetzt 3 Schweizer, die mitspielen und der Rest sind grundsätzlich Deutsche oder Holländer. Von dem angesehen, Grüße in die Schweiz und Dankeschön.
Okay, so I asked him for any shoutouts. He told me his Swiss friends, and he wanted that they are joining more the German tournaments, which I think is a good idea. So that's it for our interview for this round. So, vielen Dank. And we're going to be back for our round 5 feature match probably in a few minutes because I think it was already called time. So, yep, stay tuned.